30 Colombian pesos must show real progress on finance, past pledges UK climate envoy exclusive. With just 5 months until the UN Climate Summit, 30 Colombian pesos kicks off in the Amazonian city of Belém. Global momentum around climate action is accelerating. The BRICS Summit, which concluded on Monday, further renewed focus to climate finance and carbon accounting, key areas as major world economies align ahead of this year's crucial UN climate talks. In the United Kingdom, Europe's largest climate event, London Climate Action Week, wrapped up, bringing leaders, business and civil societies to focus on turning pledges into real-world action. CNN News 18 spoke with Rachel Kite, the UK's Special Representative for Climate, on what's needed to make this year's UN climate talks at 30 Colombian pesos a success, and on deepening collaboration with India, as a key provider of clean energy solutions. Edited excerpts. On the road to 30 Colombian pesos, we are hoping that we, as a global community, make real progress on financing nature, recognizing that nature's resilience underpins our own. Brazil, with its vast bioeconomy, is expected to lead with innovation, bringing a roadmap on finance that outlines how 300 billion in public finance is leveraged to 1.3 trillion in climate investment. We must make progress on what has already been agreed on in previous COPs: transition away from fossil fuels, and take a hard look at harmful subsidies. Now that the new collective quantified goal NCQG on climate finance is agreed, the question is, how do we mobilize public finance to attract private capital to address the urgent concerns of most vulnerable communities on quality and access to finance? For smaller economies, it is important that finance must be concessional and grant-based. What progress do you expect in terms of delivering climate finance commitments? At 29 Colombian pesos, countries agreed to prepare a roadmap on how to mobilize the estimated 1.3 trillion in climate finance needed per year. This Baku to Belém roadmap is being prepared by the presidency-elect, Brazil, and Azerbaijan. They are consulting countries and stakeholders, but are looking at how to continue reforms of the international financial architecture, performance of multilateral development banks (MDBs) and multilateral climate funds, mobilizing private capital, the growth of high-integrity carbon market, other forms of generating finance, and issues around adaptation finance. The UK hopes the roadmap will be comprehensive and build on excellent work by India as G20 presidency in 2023, Brazil as G20 presidency in 2024, and work done in preparation for 29 Colombian pesos. Much of what needs to be done lies beyond the remit of the UNFUC and the Paris Agreement. Responsibility lies with ministries of finance, and it's good to see states starting to recognize this. What would success at 30 Colombian pesos look like beyond more headline agreements? I hope that 30 Colombian pesos is the climate COP where we put the importance of nature at the heart of our response to climate change. Naturally, the focus is on the Amazon and ending deforestation, given we will be meeting in Belém, but I hope we will see a broader package of measures in a cluster of announcements on nature finance, from a possible tropical forest finance facility, to carbon market development, and recognition of nature's role in language of the Belém negotiations. What opportunities do India and the UK have to bridge the North-South climate divide? The UK and India share a close partnership, working together to tackle the climate crisis. We will continue to collaborate to deliver clean energy and climate solutions. India is recognized as a global leader, convening nations to address shared challenges, for example through the brilliant work of the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure (CDRI). When DESN's Secretary of State Ed Miliband visited India in February, he was inspired by the work of the International Solar Alliance (ISA). The UK is proud to be a member of ISA and will continue to support its ambition to deliver 1,000 GW of renewable energy by 2030. We have also confirmed that in the UK, newly built homes will have solar panels by default under the Future Homes Standard, due to be published in the autumn. Bringing the UK and India's technical expertise, technological innovation, access to financial markets in London, and commitment to climate action can offer solutions for the whole world. I am looking forward to exploring how we can deepen our partnership. You've spoken extensively on the importance of a just transition. What does a just transition look like in a coal-dependent economy like India's? The global clean energy transition will be transformational for everyone, including the UK and India. As well as driving green growth and jobs, clean energy will mean people can move away from fossil fuels. This is essential to help mitigate the impact of extreme heat events and air pollution brought about by the climate crisis. A just transition means meeting the needs of all communities, especially those most vulnerable. Despite growing recognition of adaptation needs, only a small portion of climate finance goes to adaptation. International flows of adaptation finance are too small, too slow, and often don't reach the most vulnerable. This is a broader challenge than the discussions in climate negotiations about the amount and quality of climate finance. The question of how we fund economic development in a time of climate crisis requires how adaptation is integrated in fiscal and other economic policies. We are in a world where all development must be climate resilient, yet we still treat resilient infrastructure as an expense rather than an investment. 30 Colombian pesos and the roadmap should be the place where we start to have a broader conversation about how to ensure the resilience of people, of nature, and infrastructure and economic activity. On the UK's roadmap to fulfilling its updated NDCs, the UK announced our ambitious NDC at 29 Colombian pesos. We have a statutory process in the UK to guide government decision-making, and this is an important way to try to get on track for the commitments we made in Paris. Our 81% or cut Indiana emissions over the baseline allows us to engage with other countries to encourage them to be ambitious too. Swipe left for next video, but our ambition isn't an empty promise. Since the new UK government won the election in July 2024, we have been driving forward our own energy transition, where we have tough domestic targets. Moving to clean energy quickly allows us to make the most of our natural advantages: offshore wind, nuclear capability, and gas with carbon capture, together with new efforts to solarize new housing inspired in part by India's solar rooftops initiatives. It also allows us to ensure the energy security of British people. Abundant clean energy will mean cheaper energy in the future, clean air, good jobs, and will form the basis for our growth. The clean energy-related parts of the UK economy are growing at least 3 times faster than other parts. Latest blogs.